Hi kids, Mr. Burwanger here, coming to you from Mr. B's Music Room. Today we are going to talk about a musical language called solfege. Solfege is when we assign a syllable and a name to each note so that musicians like you and I can understand the sound of the note and where it falls in the musical family. You might be familiar with some, so give a listen. We start with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and ti goes back to do. Great. So if you were familiar with those, that's awesome. If not, I'm going to help you get familiar with them today. Now, along with assigning the syllables and names for each note, we also have what you can kind of think of as a musical sign language. There's a hand sign that goes with each note. I'll show them to you now. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and ti points up to do. Great. Now you might be thinking, Mr. B, that's a lot to remember. I'm going to teach you a really cool song from an awesome movie called The Sound of Music. If you've not seen The Sound of Music, I highly recommend maybe checking it out with your family. I think you'll all really enjoy it. So in this movie, a lady sings the song to children to teach them about solfege. The name of the song is Do, Re, Mi. First time, I want you to listen to me singing and watch my hands so you can learn the hand signs and how they go in the song. Here we go. Do, a deer, a female deer, re, a drop of golden sun, mi, a name I call myself, fa, a long, long way to run, so, a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, sol, ti, a drink with jam and bread, and that brings us back to do. Great. Now this time, I want you to listen to my song with your inner ears, but I want to see your hands move. So give a listen, move your hands along with me. We'll do the solfege hand signs together. Here we go. Do, a deer, a female deer, re, a drop of golden sun, mi, a name I call myself, fa, a long, long way to run, so, a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, sol, ti, a drink with jam and bread, and that brings us back to do. Great, I hope you have the hand signs on that one. Now we're going to sing it again, and the cool thing about this song is it can just loop over and over. It can be the song that never ends if you want it to be. So this time, I want you to sing with me in your beautiful singing voice. I want to see your hands move with the solfege hand signs. And you can even add some movement to this. That would be a great idea. So when you record and you're singing back to me, use the hand signs, sing beautifully, and create some fun movements to go along with this song. So sing with me using the hand signs. Here we go. Do, a deer, a female deer, re, a drop of golden sun, mi, a name I call myself, fa, a long, long way to run, so, a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, sol, ti, a drink with jam and bread, and that brings us back to do. Do, a deer, a female deer, re, a drop of golden sun, mi, a name I call myself, fa, a long, long way to run, so, a needle pulling thread, la, a note to follow, sol, ti, a drink with jam and bread, and that brings us back to do. Great job. Now, another thing that you can do this week. As I was putting this together to share with you today, I started looking at my hands as I'm making all these hand signs, and I'm thinking, that kind of looks cool. So, think about what your hands look like when you make the solfege hand signs. For me, I'll show you a couple examples. First, I thought do kind of looked like a rock, like a pet rock. So, you can see my pet rock do here. Then when I went to re, I started thinking, kind of looks like an alligator coming out of the water. So, this is Ray the alligator coming out of the water. So this week, sing the song, show the hand signs, and maybe make some creations of what your hands look like when you're doing the hand signs. So until next week, stay safe, stay healthy, and most important, be kind.